Hey, looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
This is our final episode of the year.
Right. The 30th.
Yeah. Final episode of the year.
Is it? Cannot believe it. Okay. I've got my screens are all messed up, so it looks like I'm looking the wrong direction. Hold on, let me move things around. So it was like I'm looking over here to look at the camera and where we were. Hold on. That looks dorky. Okay, here we go. So yes, and to go out on the year with a 50-degree day was beautiful. All day, every day.
Yep.
Just like, it's funny too, because it's like out running around, had on my biker shorts, had my flip-flops and a big oversized sweatshirt, right? Running around. And I look outside and there's little kids in shorts riding bicycles up and down.
Right. It was gorgeous.
So perfect. And honestly, all last week, it was really good. So it sounds like it's going to get a little bit colder.
A little yucky in Kentucky this afternoon, but whatever.
That's all right, because we already flipped the switch and days are getting longer. Did that a couple weeks ago. So we've just got 60, 90 days.
Till spring. We can make it.
We can make this. We can do it. So we're almost there. And to go out also your last weekend of the year with a Husker Bowl championship.
And that hasn't happened since 2015 that we've ended the year with a Husker victory. I mean, give me a break.
This is impressive. Okay, I
guess we have ended the year with a Husker victory because we beat Iowa a couple of years ago, but we didn't go to a bowl game. But yeah.
Not a winning season.
Or
a bowl game.
Yeah.
So we knocked two of them off that way.
And it was an awesome game, and it just looked miserable. I bet it was fun for the guys to play in it, but it just looked like it was miserable. They were all the same color team at the end.
It was New York, whatever. Yeah. But it had to be. I'm sure it was a lot of fun. I'm sure overall that was a blast. And if you're looking for isn't it Bad Boy Mowers? They're all over town. People were writing like, I've never heard of these before. What are the Bad Boy? It's like they're. I
hadn't heard of them either until the bowl.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
Are they? Is it like a company, like a Sunco, or is it just a mower brand?
It's a mower brand out of Arkansas, American made. You know, like American steel, American made. Very, very much like 20 some years. I don't know how long they've been doing the bowl games, but they've been around for a while. And it was fun. Mowers.
What's that?
They have those ZTR mowers. They have,
ZTR.
They have all that stuff. So
it was a fun game to watch. As far like you could tell the commentators were having fun. There was a DJ on a lawnmower, which was hilarious. I think that if I was a announcer for football, college football, I would always, no matter what level, I would always opt to do the Pop-Tart Bowl because they look like they have so much fun. They do, and they're constantly eating Pop-Tarts in the booth, and they're talking about Pop-Tarts, and the cameraman's holding up Pop-Tarts.
Tostitos would have been another good one.
Yeah.
They don't still do theirs, do they?
I think the Fiesta Bowl, I think that's Tostitos.
Is it still Tostitos? God, that's been like 30 years.
Well, I haven't paid attention since we've been to the Tostitos.
I know, we haven't been there, so I haven't since 90?
Yeah.
Or something. Or 89, 92, maybe, something like that. Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
It looks like it, yeah. 2004, yeah, Fiesta Bowl. Maybe not. Just this Fiesta Bowl. Oh, Tostitos dropped the Fiesta Bowl. It says Tostitos may have put up the price, an unexpected price increase. So I don't know what it was and what they were asked to pay, but that's why they don't do it.
Interesting. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
2 Tostitos. I don't know if
I do the Tito's Bowl.
Do they? God, bring it on. Is that around yet? I suppose they can't yet. Or can they? Because not all college stadiums allow alcohol.
Yeah, right. That's true. I don't know.
I don't know how they do that for bowl games. Because I'm sure there is an alcohol agreement at New York's Yankee Stadium. So was there alcohol for sale at the bowl game?
I'm sure there has to be. Yeah, because because Nebraska doesn't have. They will be, but you soon will be able to. But they'll play in schools that can sell beer during games, and obviously it's okay.
And the Huskers represent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say too, when it's weather like that, and the Husker fans, and granted, there are Husker fans that go out above and beyond to look like the nines. They are dressed to them when they go out, especially the girls, but sometimes even the guys, right? Got the good looking head to toe. And then you've got the other Husker fans. I don't care where they are, what the weather is, they look homeless and they are hilarious. And they've either got an oversized jersey and a stocking cap and they haven't shaved for 6 days. They got a beer in one hand and Runza in the other. And and they always find them in the stands.
Of course they do. They're the most interesting ones. Just like over Christmas, when they would cut to the crowd and there would be a guy in a full-on Grinch costume with a mask and everything. And every time they cut to him, he had that stupid plastic sweaty mask on. How miserable would that be? Why did you ever opt to go to a game where you're going to be excited and clapping and sweaty? You have a mask on.
Had to be one of those buyer's regrets, buyer's remorse, right when he realized, oh, this is going to suck for 4 hours. This is really going to suck.
I would just take the head off. People would understand if it's a headless Grinch.
That always makes me think of when you say something like that, when you see like characters like that was it the Disney characters that were behind a building having a smoke?
Oh yeah. Who's Disney? Yeah.
Like Mickey Mouse holding his head and.
Well, yeah. Minnie Mouse, the guy playing Minnie Mouse holding her head while he's smoking, whipping heaters behind the bathroom.
And kids traumatized.
Yeah. And I don't know what the trend is the last couple of years too, but I am obsessed with these videos where parents have the Grinch break into the house during present time and steal the presents, and the kids are freaking out, hiding under pool tables. They're freaking out, and the parents are going crazy. The kids are freaking out, and it's just glorious.
I can't watch them. I can't watch them. I think I have my own PTSD because my dad used to try to catch Santa when I was a kid. Yeah. And he would come in, he'd always claim that Santa landed on the barn, and he would go out, check the horses, or in the morning, Christmas morning, and he'd come back in. And the one year that just like vivid in my head, I don't know how, probably 7-ish. I don't know. But he walked in and it was an English riding boot is what he had. And it was like a rubberized English riding boot. So it wasn't leather, right? So it looked like Santa's boot though. And brought in, and he says, I almost got the son of a bitch.
Yeah, and you're probably like, of course that's PTSD. Because you're thinking now Santa's going to be pissed.
He's never coming back.
Presents.
He's never coming back. Yeah, he'd left my presents, and obviously Dad set a trap for him for when they took off. And almost got the son of a bitch.
That's funny.
We would have gone viral.
Oh, for sure.
If we'd had social media then.
You'd be as big as the Haktua girl.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
Right there. That poor chick too. She is going through some hell right now.
Yeah. She got wrapped up in some kind of some shady stuff.
Wrong people. Wrong people. Which is really sad because she had an opportunity for a minute. And I think I imagine though in the moment, not seeing it for what it really is, trying to bite off more than she deserved or could handle. Mm-hmm. And they made a podcast, and didn't they do what were they selling? Was it was fun, right? Wasn't it not Bitcoin?
That's where she got in trouble. It was that meme
that's because it was something.
It was a coin. It was a coin.
Yeah. Something that's financially how she got in trouble. But then also I think just in general, her candle burned out.
Yeah. And I think it could have gone. I think it could have, if she had slow rolled it, like you said, and got in with the right people that helped her build a brand instead of trying to flash in the pan, make some money. Yeah.
It just got out of her control.
And she could be in a lot of trouble, not just not have any money, but she could be in a lot of trouble for this meme scam or this coin scam.
As it turned out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad. That is too bad. So yeah, so the weekend, back to where we were. Way to go, Huskers.
We
fantastic.
watched murder all day yesterday. I mean, when I say all day, I know people are like, we watch TV all day. No, literally, we got up and Beth got up at like 9. And we turned on Netflix and we turned off Netflix at 10. So over 12 hours of nonstop murder. We watched Homicide, LA, which is fantastic. And we watched, there's a show called Me Hereafter. Me Hereafter, where it's the victim of a murder tells it from their perspective from the grave on how it happened. It was I was kind of skeptical at first, but it was very interesting. The way
that'd be good. Okay, so I talked about that TV show, That Chapter, with Mike O. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. I found the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And the podcast has a whole nother set of stories. So the podcast is new because he was a YouTuber. That's where he came from. He had a YouTube channel and he did these shows, and that's where, so a lot of the stories they told on his TV show, and there's 8 seasons of like 15 episodes a season.
So probably some stories that they just can't put production time into to make a TV show. So why not do them as podcast?
And so he's going through, and they're just crime stories, random crime. It told in his own way, told in his own words. So they're not like down to a gnat's ass perfect. He just tells the high points, but the funny points or the ironic points or the interesting details or little sidebars, all the shit that I like. And he's funny and he's got that great accent, whatever that is. You said what it was before.
Yeah. Scottish or yeah.
Because it's not the third, it's the turd. And the turd day,
Irish,
turd day. Everything. I'm like, why is everything on the turd or the 23rd or the third or the 33rd or everything's on the turd? It's like, that's all I ever hear him say. He says turd every episode. I swear to God. So
everything's on the turd.
Very funny. Very funny. I took this weekend too, because it was so nice, and decided, okay, last chance blowout before the end of the year, cleaning the whole house. And mine primarily what I want to do, because I haven't cleaned the floors sufficiently this year. So moving everything, vacuuming, and then mopping the floors. My favorite thing is, okay, if you're going to clean, you got to have something fun to clean with. O-Cedar spin mop bucket.
Okay.
Right. So it's like a blue bucket. It's oblong. And then it's got a little red whirligig thing on one end. Dip the mop, put it in there, pump the end of it, and it rolls out all the water. And away you go. And then looking at all the TikToks that they have for the best cleaning solution that smells really good. So
it's not Fabuloso?
No.
Okay.
If you want to really deep clean, like no. Fabuloso, though, this smells amazing.
It smells amazing. It's inexpensive, but we got Fabuloso'd out because when I had that rental house for a hot minute, I over Fabuloso'd and it smelled like it was awful. Like you couldn't even be in the house for a couple of days because it was so Fabuloso'd.
You got to pick like a room.
Yeah.
And that's it for Fabuloso.
Yeah.
Don't do the. You're right. Because I did do that one time, add Fabuloso. But the better thing to do is to add the little dots that you put into the washing machine.
What? The dot?
Those little, what are they called?
Oh, like the Downy scent pellets?
Those little pellets, like Gain has them.
Yeah.
There's several different brands. There's one Gain, and it's like a Hawaiian Burst or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, smells amazing. So anyway, got that done. That was good. I'm going to go through the closets. I'm hoping to make my last kickoff donation to Goodwill or whoever.
Well, we still have the stuff in the back of Beth's Jeep that we've been wanting to donate since June. So eventually we'll get to a place where we take it. There is, I don't know the name of, because we don't take it just to the Goodwill or any place like that. There's a place on 120th that I think you take it there and they sell it in their shop if they can. And that money goes to the Lydia House. And there used to be one in there. Well, there is one in Lincoln. We just don't go there anymore, specifically for the cat house, where you take your stuff there and they have a little shop and they'll do the same thing, sell it. And all the money just stays right in house and helps all the cats, which is great.
That's awesome. I got to figure out what I'm going to do, but I got to do this because like you, my donation last year didn't happen. It stayed in the bags in the basement.
Yeah.
With boxes, I should say. So go back through those, retabulate what I got, and try and get it over. I don't know if I can get it done in a day and a half or not, but we'll see what we can do. I need some room in my closet. Damn it. What is it? Supposed to be 3 years? If you haven't worn it, throw it out or something like that. 2 years, 3 years.
I know. This is the season to buy more stuff at Costco. So I need to free up some space too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So other than that, yeah, that was kind of how the end of the year went, which was all right. I did see a couple of funny stories. One was a guy who lost his fantasy football league, and his name is Riley, and he has a picture of himself that he posted, and it just says, sitting in a bar from open to close for losing fantasy football. Every 20 minutes is a beer. Every 30 minutes is a shot.
Oh, geez.
Follow along on the thread all day long. And he has the longest. This thread is hilarious. Riley Collins _ Riley Collins.
This is on Twitter?
It's on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah. And hilarious. So he started it, and then he has just this long thread. He's got some videos. He drinks some water and apologizes for it. He says, gotta drink some water here, folks. But it's like one beer every 20 minutes, a shot every 30 minutes.
I mean, dude's going to be out in less than 5 hours.
He's impressive. I got to say, he did an impressive job, but that was his punishment for losing his fantasy. And at first he said it sounded fun, but he says, I don't think this sounds very fun anymore.
Right. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. Like, that doesn't sound like a really bad punishment, but when you get into about like 90 minutes in, you're 2 hours in. Yeah.
I think you're pretty much done without a doubt. Then another one that popped up was they finally sold a winning, what is it, Mega Millions? Jackpot was $1.22 billion. One ticket. And okay, so a favorite follow on Twitter is Greg. I'm sure you've seen him.
I've seen Greg, yeah.
Congratulations to the IRS for winning $600 million in the Mega Millions tonight, because that's the taxes. So
right? I've never heard it put that way. That's funny. Did you see that the person that won the $1 billion one earlier in the year just showed up? That he's either 7 or 9 months after it was awarded, they finally showed up to get their money. I don't know. I haven't heard any backstory behind that. Was it like legal counsel recommended they don't yet?
I don't know. And I did see somebody else who found their ticket. It would expire at the end of the year, and it was $1 million ticket.
Oh, I didn't
that
hear
they
that.
just found.
Can you imagine finding it on January 2nd?
And they knew it was in the house somewhere.
Oh,
they'd been looking for it. You know, they were just trying to figure out, did it get washed up in the laundry? You know, was it in a purse? Was it in a pocket? Going through everything. I don't know where they found it. I didn't see that, but they just found it the other day. And it was like, I would have, yeah, you're right. January 2nd, I would have just.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, that would have been
just anxiety just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then I saw that Douglas County Sheriff's Office had a post about porch pirates. And it said, we warned you porch pirates that will have zero tolerance. On Christmas Eve morning, deputies were investigating 2 stolen packages. This is hilarious. 2 stolen packages from the first victim, listed as Blue Monopoly game, which Bluey Monopoly, right?
Yeah.
Valued at $21. The second stolen package from the second victim was listed as 3 cans of cherry pie filling, valued at $19. When the deputies arrived, they obtained video evidence and suspect information, spoke to the suspect, Abby, who was not forthcoming. Upon further investigation, Abby admitted to taking the Bluey Monopoly game and giving it to a family member as a gift.
Okay, well, you're still guilty.
Yeah. During the investigation, Abby allowed the deputies to search her car, and they found an Amazon bag opened with the 3 cans of cherry pie filling. Both victims are pressing charges.
I would too. Screw her.
Booked her into the Douglas County Corrections Facility with 2 counts of theft by unlawful taking, and they have her mugshot next to a couple of pictures of the items that were stolen. So you got the Bluey Monopoly and the cherry pie filling.
All that for those 4 things. Okay, but really, 3 things of cherry pie filling are $19.
That was that somebody said that's the crime. The real crime is that 3 cans of cherry pie filling cost the same as a Bluey Monopoly game.
What? That's wild.
But I love that they posted, and I love that they did that.
Yeah, me too. And I love that it press charges.
Just tired of that shit.
Yep.
So anyway, the last thing is on Twitter. You may have noticed on Spotify, they had Spotify Wrapped. So if you're a listener of Spotify, or if you have anything that content you produce on Spotify, you can get a Wrapped. Like listeners get a Wrap that tell them the kind of stuff they listen to all year, how many hours they spend on Spotify, blah, blah, blah. If you're a podcaster, it kind of tells you who's listening to your podcast, how many countries you were in, blah, blah, blah. Twitter had a lot more fun with it. And there's a Twitter Wrapped that's out there. Pat, you've got that link.
I do.
If people want to try it, if you tweet at all, you don't even have to tweet a lot. It'll give you a Wrapped.
Yeah,
I'll
put the link in the description.
It is a lot of fun. What did yours say? Anything in particular?
Well, it says that because it gives you, like you said, it's more fun than the Spotify one. So it kind of gives you my Twitter twin is Prez Hilton. It says I am obsessed with Teresa Giudice.
Mm-hmm.
It says time spent on celebrity news and gossip, which I don't. But I don't do that on Twitter. Really, all I do is retweet and repost things that we post. So that's why it would look that way, I suppose.
Yeah.
You refresh TMZ more times than you check your bank account, it says.
That's the thing. The fun part they did with this is they ran it through AI. And then their AI on X is Grok. And Grok has a sense of humor. And so they ran it through, and that's where they get some of these guesses. Like, I think I even had some.
This one is actually right. You've watched more Real Housewives episodes than you've had healthy meals this year.
Yes,
that's probably true.
Mine said something. And they also have a roast section where they kind of give you shit about your kind of posts. And mine said, congratulations, something about on being an early adopter, member since 2008, still trying to figure out how to go viral.
That is true, right?
Yes, I'm working on it, man. I'm trying. And then it had predictions for the next year. Were also on one of mine. I can't find those right now. But I think they have just a ton of different categories, and they just have some fun for it. But you just drop your handle in, and it throws it together for you. So that'll be in the description.
Yeah, it is fun.
Give it a try. It's fun. So anyway, so that would be our last live of the.
That's it.
Of the year.
Yeah, you guys have a fun and safe New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be back on the second dose of January.
You got it.
All right, you guys, thanks so much for listening. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe with your friends. And have a safe New Year. See ya. Thanks for listening.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.